Hello and welcome to the Silver Gauntlets and welcome to more coverage of the OoTR Season 8 Qualifiers. Welcome to quite a restream we have today. We have on restream today, we have Ceddy, we have from Germany, we have Naestriel from the United States, we have someone who very deservedly carries the custom role legend in the OOT Randomizer Discord, ATZ, and we have Barbu on restream for you from ATZ and Barbu, both from Canada. Looking forward to featuring them for you right now, and I'll get those racers started as soon as we hop on over to the live stream. And whoops. And let's kick him off. Disregard the race clock for the moment. And let's get them ready for start. Click. All right, so that'll set us up. Oh my goodness. It's completely broken. Oh goodness.
Oh dear.
There we go. I think.
Hello everyone. I'm the ultimate bronze noob.
And while I'm figuring this out, BronzeNoob is going to soft shoe. Welcome in on commentary, BronzeNoob, and I'm Tobias. With me on commentary is BronzeNoob. Let's go.
What a debut.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now you focus on fixing things. I'll talk, probably. Very fun to have the legend himself, ATZ, in our midst here today. Has been busy in the qualifiers. Possibly de-rusting. We don't know. We don't know what his aim is yet. But very excited to see someone from the old guard in there, and we're off.
And we're off.
And we have a vanilla start.
Yep, and for all we know that child start is randomized, we are starting off in Kokiri Forest. Thanks, game.
And Mayo gives us a blue shirt.
Yep. So
nothing much in Mayo's. So now we're going to see divergence. Barbu opting to go for the case or chest first. ATC actually going straight to Hyrule Field. Looking like he's making a LLR start, a long range start. Are we going to see some Lost Woods plays here, maybe? We don't have bombs. We can go to the Sacred Forest Meadow because we started off with Minuet, which is nice. So that's going to be our second song, and it's Budget Prelude.
Budget Prelude is a great first song, honestly. That gives us a bunch of mobility information. And Central Pillar and Water Temple is a small key, we just learned. And it looks like...
Yeah, so it's already probably coming into play.
And Lake Hylia, we see our first path, and Lake to Morpha, I think? Did I see that right?
Yes, that was Lake to Morpha.
And Dodongo's Cavern to Bane. Interesting. So that could be our light arrows or something that leads to them. Evil Spain. Alright, chat. Is our audio level good? Is this working? Or am I too loud? Is BronzeNoob too low volume? Tell me, because I can't hear it right now.
Yeah. The wooden walls in Shadow Temple is completely dead, so we don't need to go there.
All right. So, one room saved in Shadow Temple. Not the greatest piece of information, but hey, we'll take it. That'll help us route a little more efficiently.
Yes, and the Serenade check is no longer a budget prelude because Melon gives us prelude.
Neat.
Yeah, I am a bit of a robot. Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna try a little trick, and I'll just try reconnecting Discord. So, for a moment, you'll just hear me, and I'll see if just reconnecting to Discord will help us here. And let's see if that fixed the connection issues to BronzeNoob.
I hope so.
It might have, actually.
Yeah. Otherwise, it probably would have been on my end, which would have sucked. There we go. And we're at the meds. Deku Tree, Fire Temple. DC, Water, and Spirit are our medallion dungeons for today. London Ranch is foolish, Fire Temple is foolish, Death Mountain Trail is foolish, and the Song of Time is in the Temple of Time. Which makes a lot of sense, actually.
Well, it's basically where you need it, so...
And ZL is on Minuet. Right now we are looking at some very quick running around and a lot of unlocked stuff in like places already. We can go change the water levels already. We can check the Sun's Grave. A lot of stuff we can do with that ZL. Ferries.
Yep, as soon as we have, the bombs to get to them, but that should at some point.
Details.
Yeah, I know, I'm being complainy again. But yeah, collecting some information.
Barbu opting to go Valley. It is not foolish.
That's an interesting choice. So Valley, obviously a little bit out of the way, but you need to route it in if you want to get to Pierre, the scarecrow, basically. And other than that, I mean, it does give you some checks, and it gives you extra hints as well. So let's see if that choice treats him well.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's also a check that's out of the way. So kind of, it's why it's considered a bad play or bad quote unquote. It's just so out of the way, and the chances are that there's not much over there. Which in this case, it's a wallet on the crate. So we need to do fire, so maybe useful. As we find a mirror shield on Rufio.
Alright, let's see about those spiders. 40, nothing. 30 arrows. 50, a heart container. So no high Skulltula counts in this seed. So let's see what else that gives us. So let's look at openers, honestly. Ceddy is also heading up to Gerudo Valley for a quick check. Naestriel getting Impas Cow item here. Skull Mask is nothing. We've learned that from hints. We've seen a scale in the windmill. And
Tack is
slowly
being
but
passed to
surely,
everything.
Cack being passed to everything is unsurprising. Water is still wet.
Well, path to anything water related, really.
Yep. And while Naestriel and ATZ are already adult and having a look around that part of the map, Ceddy and Barbu are still exploring Child. And here we go, Iron Boots for ATZ as well. And okay, so Barbu is about to get, as you said, from Malin. That's ZL, right? No, Prelude. You said.
Prelude. Yes.
And ATZ and Naestriel already exploring the graveyard here. Shield Grave is nothing. Talon is nothing. Let's see what Dompe gives us. Unless, of course, Naestriel runs into any more flames. No fault of his own, by the way. Dompe can throw these nastily.
He can either throw 3 flames in the entire run or just keep bombarding you with those things.
Yep.
And it will be in blind corners, and there's nothing you could like that. Exactly. Thank you for demonstrating ATZ.
Yep. Nothing you can do about that except just grin and bear it. And nothing much from Dompe here as well, but at least that solves Naestriel's money problems. Naestriel obviously also opening small chests in the hopes of maybe finding something like bomb shoes in there, because that would give him early out-of-logic explosives. That would certainly be helpful for his routing.
Yeah, there is indeed. Thank you for pointing it out. That is a slingshot in the TARDIS.
Well,
or what looks like a slingshot, most likely. We're not gonna pick that up.
It's what, 1 check, 2? I mean, there's probably going to be other slingshots. It feels like there's always...
There's always multiple slingshots.
I mean, yeah, but there's always like 50 of them at any given seed, it feels like.
Unless you need one and you missed the check where the first one logically was.
Oh, absolutely.
Then
yeah.
you're not gonna find it.
Then you're not getting. Yeah. Then they're just completely patched out of the seed.
All 22 other slings are slinglocked. Indeed, Purple.
And that's how that goes.
Vanilla Sun Song. Vanilla Sun Song. Ugh, words are hard. And the Death Warp. Hello, cruel world.
Rip. But that was calculated, it seems.
Yeah. It's the faster way out.
Spirit Temple Silver Block has a small key, so we do know if we have to go into Spirit Temple with that Requiem we found in the windmill, we can do so without any issue. There's Sunsong in vanilla position.
Yeah, we know we are not directly childs locked out of Spirit yet. We may find that out later, but when we find our strength 2, we can check the main room in Spirit.
Alright. ATZ heading into Spirit Temple here to get that song. As soon as you walk out of it, you get another free song. Obviously, you want that. There's a horse. That's your logical access to... Oh no, wait, that was Saria's song, right?
That was Saria's, yes.
Alright, that's your logic. That's logical access to 2 more checks then, namely the Skull Kid in Lost Woods and Darunia's Dance in Goron City. Burning Cactus Nocturne. Cool, more vanilla songs.
Why is there vanilla in my rando?
I didn't order that.
I know you didn't. ATC opts to go child again. Probably to child period.
Someone turns BronzeNoob into a robot again.
Oh no.
It's artificial BronzeNoob instead of ultimate BronzeNoob.
It's the Overlord Bron.
Oh dear.
Let me see if I can fix that.
Anyway, ATZ now going child again, and likewise, Barbu is basically they're doing the same check now, but I think Barbu has not been adult yet, whereas ATZ is back child, going to have a look around some child Hyrule here. Ceddy is heading up the river, going for 3 more hintstones and 3 more items that he can get. The river opening has been strong this season, honestly, with how high value, and there's a mirror shield from Rufio, with how high value these hints get.
And we found exclusives.
And Ceddy proving just how powerful this river opening can get by finding out of logic explosives. I missed what Hintstone ATZ just read, but kind of been that important, right?
Chat will have seen it.
Yeah, Chad will have seen it, that's true. Oh, wow. Despite getting shot at by the Octorok, that was a clean jump from Ceddy here. ATZ now checking out Child Castletown. And bringing home Richard. And Lullaby for Barbu. Richard, unfortunately, giving us nothing helpful today.
Yeah. Coming back to the river play, it is very valuable because you get 3 hints in pretty quick succession. On top of 3 very accessible checks. So,
yeah, domain to Goma, by the way. 3 hintstones, 3 accessible checks, and Zora's domain to Goma is also shown to us by Naestriel right now. So let's see what else we find in this river. Claim check to Bigoron is dead. Ceddy looking for more explosives here. Not finding any though. And it looks like ATZ is heading for Back of Lake hints here. Or has headed for Back of Lake hints already. And we've missed them. It's 4 streams. There's a lot of information going on right here.
There is a lot going on. It's very difficult to direct your attention, especially if it's just the 2 of us, right? With 3, it does get a bit easier, but unfortunately, baseball has come down with throat soreness, and
unfortunately,
we
won't be able to
do
join
wish
us on
her well.
today. Yeah. Hope to have her back at full health soon, but in the meantime, it's us 2 holding down the fort.
Us 2, and of course our wonderful trackers.
And chat.
And
who knows
chat.
everything about everything. Collectively. But also knows nothing. There's another t-shirt.
Collectively, we are the smartest. Yeah, we found we've had shirt percent for a while now. While you were busy fixing all of the shenanigans, a couple of our runners went to do child fishing and found the second t-shirt. Of which we obviously hope it's not the path. I don't see how it could be, since fire is dead. Which means, with the single skill we have, it's very possible that there could be something on lab dive. It can't be path because there's a wallet. That is correct as well. That's the more logical, sound reason because for why it can't be path. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we have already found a wallet. This is true. So no path Goron tunic. Could be path Zora tunic still, depending on where that second wallet is. Bottom of the well to Volvagia. Okay. That's a fourth path hint.
And ATC is probably going to find out what the path here, what the path to Goma here is.
I mean, 2 out of 3
chances are.
Well, no, we've seen King Zora dead, right? It was a sometimes hint about that, so we are definitely seeing a path item right here.
I did not register that hint, but you could very well be right. Storms in ice might be a thing. Oh, and the 2-pack was a 20-pack.
Oh, nice. That's a lot of explosives for our runners then. For anyone who goes upriver, they're eating well tonight. So let's see.
As we find out that the K-Sword is on the flames.
That was a damn obvious path. But on the other hand, dungeon to finish. Let's go.
Yeah. It's Deku. It's quick. It's near your spawn.
You would do it honestly, even if it weren't one of the dungeons. You might do it honestly, even if it weren't one of the dungeons you had to do, just because of how check dense and how quick it is. And there's also a bow. Zora's domain is very path.
Very path. Very, very path. I don't think ATC... Did ATC see that hint?
I think he did.
No, he's going to find out now, I think.
All right, well.
Oh, no.
Man, that's... Ooh, yeah, our bot needs updating still. 1 second, please.
Okay, so now ATC knows that knows about the hint. I was being tricked. But that bow is a really nice bonus to come from a path location.
Also, early bow just means people are, well, liable to forget ever, shooting gallery in Kakariko ever existing in any seed. So
yes,
this kind of mitigates that. So
I do tend to forget CAC shooting is a thing. Not actively. I actually like CAC shooting. I think it's more fun than child shooting, and the projectile is faster, so it feels better. But yeah, it is a check because you already have checked the entire rest of Kakariko Village. It happens that you just straight up forget that CAC shooting is a thing.
right.
Yeah, there could be a multitude of items in well, but hovers is certainly a possibility.
All right.
First strength 2.
Let's chat is starting to dissect those path hints again. So path priority, it means that we are going to get paths, or the randomizer is going to prioritize giving us a path to our items that we need to open the Rainbow Bridge over getting a path to the other medallions that we would need to get access to Ganon's boss key. And hence, any item you need to get across the Rainbow Bridge cannot in any way be hinted path to either Goma or King Dodongo or to Volvagia. So the fact that we do have a Volvagia path does mean that there is an item in there that we need to beat Fire Temple, but not to beat Water Temple or Spirit Temple, or to get our light arrows. I.e., probably your hammer.
Yeah, most likely. If you're as confused about that as I am, don't worry. Path hint priority is a thing more people struggle with. You are not the only one. I am not the only one.
It gives you... It makes reading path hints more complex. Oh, hey, gold scale.
There's a gold
That
skill.
is actually very convenient. It makes reading path hints more complex because, or rather, interpreting path hints. They can actually give you more information than they did when we just had straight 6 medallion Ganon's boss key and 6 medallion Rainbow Bridge. But it does make for an interesting logic puzzle that you can't keep doing in your head.
Yes, which in my case would be ridiculous over puzzling, or just straight up brain blasting myself because I don't know what's going on and where to go, and I'll just run around in circles. But that's why I'm here and not playing the seed at this point in time.
Bridge boss masking a key boss path. Yeah, and that's basically... Yeah. So we also got a Goma hint, for example. We obviously need a Kokiri sword to beat Goma. But what we also know, by the fact that this is path to Goma, and not, for example, to let's say to Morpha, is that inside Deku Tree, we will not find anything that'll help us get to and beat Morpha, or Twin Rova, or get the light arrows. And by the way, Frogs 2 dead, and we just got Strength 1 from the Runia. Actually relevant Saria song. Would you believe it?
That is great. In the meantime, we see Naestriel being the first in Deku Tree.
And also, Goron Pot is a heart container, so that is probably not relevant for us today. Yeah, Naestriel the first into Deku Tree.
And Barbu burning through those chews in rapid fashion. Still have found nothing in Deku.
And
we
there's a big
see-
chest
is
back
that a
there
big
in the Goron City maze, yeah.
That looks like it.
Barbu is going to die to this maze if he doesn't watch out. To his own shoes, rather.
Yes. He is aware. Good job, Barbu.
Oh,
There's
wow,
big
two big
chests.
chests
Yeah, I thought I saw them both.
Magic! And a Goron Pot second hint copy, as well as a bomb bag! That's very
Oh,
bomb
wow.
locked. Or hammer locked. Or strength 2 locked, but definitely not, you know, probably your first logical bomb bag.
Definitely not accessible in logic right now.
Yeah, but regardless, very, very welcome, and Barbu is going to be happy that he found that.
Burning through choose was worth.
Very. So why are we talking about in logic and out of logic explosives here? Bomb chews are special in that they do not replenish when you burn through them. In OT randomizer. So if you use up your bomb chews, you're not gonna find any more in tall grass unless you have bomb chew bags or bomb chews in logic enabled. So
he
the
bought
bomb
the
chews-
choose.
He did buy the chews.
Ah, so that's the 10 pack then. That explains why I thought he was burning through them really, really quickly. Is that another bomb bag? Did I just see another bomb bag on Barbu's screen? Oh, just actual bombs? A bomb refill? Alright. And another hint, the Sungrave spawns a huge rupee.
And more free shields. Buy a shield. Team Buy a Shield definitely lost this seed.
Boo! No, you never lose when you buy a shield.
Except money. You do lose money.
That's true. But yeah, Deku apart from the... Oh.
Oh.
I've never seen someone go up that side before.
Ditto. Interesting. But that being said, yeah, Deku, as I kind of predicted when I said there was no way that Deku was going to help us with any dungeon on the first half of the logical chain, or on the first half of the path priority chain. I meant it. Yeah, it was the odds for Deku having anything useful did get kind of slim thanks to that. Dodongo's Cavern is on the path to Evil's Bane, and that is our fifth and final path hint. Is that? No, you're right.
No,
sorry.
we already had
did
that one.
did
That's
already
okay.
see a copy of that. Yeah, but that's the second copy. Cool.
You've been very busy, I understand.
This is okay. I'm still not paying any attention.
Neither am I, so we're good.
Yeah, second path we found actually, and I think the first one was the first copy of that was in Sacred Forest Meadow. Now that I look at our notes.
Thank you, ATG. That was so good. I love that strat.
Loved it, right?
Yeah, that the backflip into jump slash from the torch there is so good.
I recently saw Chuckles practice that, and I was like, wait, you can do that? That's amazing. Love it.
And it's deceivingly hard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey. There's a path to Evil's Bane, I think. Namely, Ruto's Letter.
Potentially, yes. That
actually tells us a bunch of things. So that tells us we might... so this is a gamble that runners might want to take here. Ruto's Letter obviously gives us access to Zora's Fountain. And Jabu. And Ice Cavern.
Yeah.
And I would bet that runners are going to go Ice Cavern over going
Oh, I'm
into
rushing
Java.
ice. Oh, but wait, but I would need a bottle.
Well, you do have a bottle. You just need to go child and hand in the letter to her concerned father, and then
Dude,
you will.
that sucks.
Oh, absolutely, it does.
I don't want that. Just let me jump over KZ, okay? I
Oh, you
promise it
can.
won't hurt. I promise you it won't hurt.
I guess you get stuck on the fence, and then well, anyway.
It's the principle, Tomaltak.
Oh, there's another bow. Interesting.
Yeah,
we
that's
saw.
not going to be path.
Yeah, that's not your path item because we saw another one of those on domain diving, but Barbu doesn't know that, which might be a problem.
Yeah. I don't know if he knows Zora's domain is path yet. I'd assume so, but I'm not sure. As we have Naestriel now finding the bombs and the magic.
Having look-see to see what's on behind the rocks there, and no, not a big chest, so he's not jumping over those. You can only jump over those from a big chest, by the way, for viewers who are new to this.
Did ATZ just skip lab dive?
For shame.
Oh, he's going to do it. He might do it as adults. He planted a bean in the.
Oh yeah, then he's going to
in
Lake
the
as
soil patch
adult.
there. Yeah,
I would assume he also set up Scarecrow.
He did. Oh, he might do now.
Well,
he did set it as child. First hook could very well be on lab dive.
That would be heckin' rude. That means you can't scam him. You would need that gold scale in this case.
Yep.
All right. ATZ peeking, shoot the sun here, and that's. I did not see what that was.
Something red.
Probably a rupee then.
It did look like a rupee to me.
Alright, ATZ heading up to lab dive. Meanwhile, Ceddy about to start the Goma fight. Barbu has just started the King Dodongo fight. And Naestriel on the way through Lost Woods. Naestriel and ATZ up one medallion over the other two for the moment.
Some love from the top of the lab.
Sure. We will take extra health in the form of a heart container. So Lake is path, reminder, path to Morpha. And at that point, we have iron boots. We have both scales. The only thing that can still be is a hook shot, honestly. Or something that leads us to one.
Yeah.
It's not lap dive, so
it's going to be fishing.
Adult fishing is going to be the answer. So planting that bean, very much not optional.
No. Hard required, I would say. We do have scales, so it would not be an issue to get to the beans.
Yeah, just need to decide to do river as child.
Yep. Yeah, and you're going to want to tie that into your Zora's domain play. Especially with the early ZL, it's logically accessible, so you just kind of want to go there. And there's our hookshot. Thank you, Mr. Fisherman, sir.
path hookshot, so very much the only available one for the moment. Where can that other one be at this point? Could be anywhere, basically.
Anywhere behind a scale.
I would also say
there's no proper indication because we are the scale unlocked the hook for us.
did it?
Well, logically, yes, because
you'd have bombs.
Yes, you'd have to go there as child, and we don't officially have bombs yet. So right now the implication is that that all hooks are locked behind scale, at least scale 1.
I disagree. All hooks are locked behind that one hook. So the other hook is locked behind that one hook. It's the hookshot that's path, not the scale. But anyway, this is Ceddy on the way to also get his hookshot. So let's see. ATC has set up Pierre here, and I think that was calculated because I would expect a runner like ATC to obviously know Pixel Shot in Fire Temple, but what he doesn't know is whether he can do it because you need Long Shot for Pixel Shot to work.
Yeah, there's still a lot of ifs and buts in this seed. One of the big ifs is where is our first bomb back? Bring everything in logic.
Barbu deciding to get an open bottle here, handing in the letter, so that is advantageous routing.
Yeah. Yeah, going to be able to do Deku in a bit. And maybe clear Adult Lake as well, because he also just bought beans.
Oh, happens to the best of us, ATC. Alright, Ceddy now heading, I think the first one heading out to Hyrule Field, which I think is a great choice. We don't yet have a horse, but it does have low sphere checks aplenty.
Same reward for both child and adult shooting.
Nothing
but
much.
We have crossed both off now.
Alright,
Barbu going to find the Gay Sword.
Burning Cack still Nocturne. Naestriel is now headed into Hyrule Castle. He does have Lullaby, he does have bombs, so he's going to show us what that fairy has as well.
Yeah, I'm so used to not checking this fairy anymore because of the dual hints we got in Scrubs. I would honestly forget this is a check.
And you would suffer for it.
Oh,
Ocarina of Time is
most
a
likely.
Bolero. Well, so now Barbu knows that that bow isn't path, that Rudo's letter is very definitely path, and also obtained his Kokiri sword to do Deku Tree. So he might be the first up to 3 medallions. Oh no, probably ATZ gonna be first to 3 medallions here.
Yeah, with the strength, although ATZ probably knows how to do this with choose.
I would assume so.
I would assume so. He's been around.
Bottom of the well, still path to Volve. That's a second copy we saw of that. We are still down a path end.
Barbu grabbing himself some beans. Ceddy going to adult shooting.
ATZ's turn to be annoyed at that Rudo's letter path.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be very much annoyed. I would be very much annoyed. Barbu planting the bean, grabbing the K-sword, and save quit. It might actually be close between Barbu and ATZ for the first two. Oh no, ATZ is going to be there really shortly.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know you could make that. Of course, it's when it's a big chest you can.
And there's a bottle. Yeah, I can see why Naestriel's picking that one up. Investing the time here.
Yeah. Ooh. ATV fell down. Is now having to do the backup. The original Chew strat. For the second eye. So, a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Here in the first hour.
Folks are completing dungeons. So. I'm just... Okay. Oh, there's our last path in. Goron City to Twin Rova. For magic? For a bomb bag?
For strength?
Oh, for the strength. Yeah, okay. So, oh, cool. So both our strengths are required. Both strength 3 is somewhere locked behind strength 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably in spirit
cool.
or in...
Yeah, probably in spirit, honestly, or in Gerudo Training Ground. Well, now we know our patterns. There's neither hide nor hair of Song of Storms, though. You doing okay there?
Yeah. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. It's...
Mm-hmm.
Barbu has entered Deku. ATC just finishing up on KD and Ceddy right behind him. As Naestriel is about to find the hook shot.
And it's the second to last runner on Restream to do so, but also definitely has a clear bead on the seed. He is going to, I think, head for his third medallion soon with that bomb bag from in his hand. So not, I think, too far
Yes,
behind the
definitely.
others. They're kind of now at information parity, I would say. Except that Ceddy and Barbu are both missing that bit of information that there's a strength in Goron City. But Naestriel did good by getting that that path hint. That could save the others, depending on where the second copy of that path hint shows up. But yeah, definitely helpful to know that.
Yes, I wasn't. I was not going to mention it, Purple, but thanks for mentioning it. Forest is in play.
Blech.
We have ice
Stoneforest
we have ice
finds
to
a
do
way.
first, though.
We also have everything to do rank chest. You see me enthused about that?
No.
Good. But yeah,
But
I would
ice
say,
has a song, and it is a very likely chance that it could be storms or something else that you're looking for. Because we know Song of Time is in Temple of Time. Bolero is on OOT. We haven't seen Bolero. Have we seen the Bolero check? I don't think so. We might see
no.
that on ATC's end.
Probably pretty soon. Bolero was out of reach for us until we found the hookshot, so that should be interesting to see. If we see storms on Bolero, rushing ice, I think, becomes less of a priority.
Yes.
Because the well will probably open up another dungeon for you. And it will open up, it'll open up 2 dungeons by proxy, because if you find your path to Volvagia, that gets you your Forest Medallion, which gets you 2 more songs, namely what we know, Burning Cack to be Nocturne, which opens up, obviously, Shadow Temple as soon as you find your hover boots, as well as the Song of Time from Temple of Time.
And Bolero storms.
I
So,
see. Well, yeah, Rushing Ice has been postponed. Put Puriponas in ice.
well, you don't need to go there right now because it's probably light arrows chilling there somewhere.
The only thing that might prevent well, you have to go do ice because of that still. So I think they're going to still do it before they go child for pretty much a guaranteed hammer from the well there. Just to avoid one more H change. Alternatively, they would postpone it until they're basically done with everything and just need the light arrows. We'll see how they route it.
Yeah.
Ceddy the second over to into the crater.
Yeah, we have plenty of options, and we see almost no hand-holding, which is amazing. I love
it.
It's very, very hard to keep track of where everyone is, but it's very fun to.
It also means we get a ton of information.
Yeah. Which, luckily enough, is helped by our amazing trackers.
Alright, Naestriel showing us a new hint here. What does Medigoron have for us? Wooden walls in Shadow Temple. We know that hint.
Yeah, we had that.
Huh. I forgot to teach the bot about dual sometimes hints.
Oh no.
More coding work for me.
Bob needs to go back to Tobias school.
Yep. So if I don't have enough work already. Oh no.
ATC grabbing the Keaton mask.
Interesting. Yeah, we haven't seen a Skull Mask hint yet, have we?
I think we did. It was in Valley.
Did we see that on ATZ's side, though?
I'm not sure. Skull Mask was hinted dead, yeah. I just don't know if ATC knows. Oh, that's a big chest on the child side. We've seen that chest, haven't we?
We have. It's the Zora tunic.
That Stelphos is the bane of my existence.
And it's about to kill Barbu.
It's
rip.
It's a horror. It's such an annoying dude.
Yeah, Stelphos jump slashes are nothing to sneeze at. I think that's 2 hearts of damage per jump slash, so these guys can mess up your day in a hurry.
Yeah, sometimes they just have to be annoying. Also, looking around, skulls, not a priority at all. Good job, Barbu.
Yeah, well, there's 10 and 20 skulls to worry about, but at the moment we have enough information to go on and enough checks to do that I would say there is not a huge reason to prioritize skull hunting at the moment. I think people are going to collect skulls as they pass them by anyway, just to slowly make their way to 20. But yeah, no huge pressure at this point. And Anju's chickens is also nothing. 3 chickens, by the way, is the correct number of chickens.
Yeah, we had that in Scrubs as well. It feels so much better to do chickens.
Yup.
Interesting, planting the bean. A to Z, going to grab the sling, showing intent to grab the slingshot. No, KLO, I disagree. What about random chicken spawns? Oh, did I say it feels good? I mean, it feels less worse. Yeah. Random chicken spawns. Oh no. Oh no. Fennel, no. No. No.
Let them cook.
Oh
Just
god.
wait until chickens get shuffled into the... Oh god.
What
What hath science wrought?
You told me to let him cook.
I told you to let them cook.
Fennel, you're banned from the kitchen. At least banned from my kitchen. We get our first glimpse into the well. So far, we have found a key. And a big boy in the well.
Second key. Here's your curveball. Depending on how this... no, this can't be the truth. Actually, it can. Depending on how this shakes down, we could very well be looking at hover boots. Oh, hi, fire arrows. We could very well be looking at hover boots in the well instead of a hammer. Because after all, Shadow is a stone today. And then you have a decision to make. Do you follow that up into Shadow, or do you just believe, yeah, well, it's just that Volvagia is required early in Fire Temple, but I have no information about where my hammer is?
Yeah, it's tricky. Because Forest still is an actual play you could do as well. I don't know, actually. I don't know where I would go, even. There's just so many options. And not a lot to tell you where exactly you can find what you're looking for. Chickens indeed had nothing.
Nah, this seed isn't cursed. Look, Schulzer asked for the seed to be cursed by saying it's season 8 quals. It's gonna be another Jed. There's your hover boots. What did I just say?
There are the hover boots. Yeah, so now your options are. Well, we still have one big chest here. Let's hold off.
But there's good news and bad news. Volvagia is likely early in Fire Temple, so you're not gonna have to climb far in Fire Temple. On the other hand, you have no clue where your hammer might be. But we have one more big chest here before we bury this. Another bomb bag, and that one is
That actually
logical?
could be our first logical bomb bag. It is in logic, very much so.
Two more checks for ATZ here. The like had nothing, so let's look at locked pits in the basement. Nothing in locked pits. And into the basement we go. Junk. Alright, ATZ is out of here. And yeah, cool.
This has implications.
Things. Well, I guess now you're going adult and going to Ice Cavern, honestly. I think ATZ hasn't looked into Child Spirit yet. We'll get fooled by that big chest. You're going adult, having a look into Ice Cavern. Then I think likely some people might head over and do GTG out of logic? Honestly, not quite sure. Because no, we're not doing Forest Temple.
I mean, we could have been there a long time ago.
Yeah. Though it's a qual, and so quals you have two options. You either play just for solidly coming out for solidly reaching midfield placements, and you play safe. Then you go to Forest Temple, and do that and stay close to logic. Or you clown and decide to, experiment and see if you can't pop a useful item somewhere out of logic, and that would be GTG in this case.
Yeah.
It's denser.
Yeah, reversing is an option, and I honestly think it's a pretty good option.
Yeah, the special
I like the density.
Mhm.
There's right side is a bit tricky. We don't know what's in toilet, which is kind of
We
meh.
have Iron Boots, but we don't have Song of Time. Yeah, this is a problem.
Yeah, Song of
Specializes
Time
in
is most likely it is on Preludes. It's behind Fire.
specializes in chat, reminding us of a certain qual this season that had strength to entirely unhindered on Stone Forest's Phantom Ganon, with nothing, obviously, nothing at all before in Stone Forest to make it even close to worth your while to stay there. I think that was a first or second qual, yeah. It was, to say the least, rude.
It's kind of disgusting, yeah. But hey, with that bomb back in the well, we are back in logic.
Speaking of bomb bags, there's the third one.
Oh, where was that?
Kokiri
Cave
Forest Storm's
Storm.
Grotto. Equally
Also not bomb
accessible.
locked.
There's Longshot!
Oh wow.
Locked by Ruto's letter. In Zora's Fountain.
No. Uh, well, could the long shot be on the path to Evil's Bane?
I don't know. What's down there? That looks useful.
That's a claim check.
That is a claim check.
think.
Well, we know it's useless. It's a prescription, but yeah.
Oh, it's prescription.
Okay. I saw something flat. No, not confused, disgusted.
May I quote American rock musicians? Rush the stage, grab my mic, show me what you got.
That is actually a good logic command. Yes, I think.
I mean, I'm not.
Are we in logic?
Honestly,
Maybe.
honestly, yes, I think, or confused comms noises. Either one works. But I'll go with confused comms noises.
Thank you, KLO. So your however doesn't need to happen. It can be on the path, so we might. Lights might be in water. We can do water now. As ATZ already is in water. Oh right, we are now aware that Eponas is in ice.
Yeah. So let's see. How was that? Oh yeah, DC the Evil's Bane. So that basically just ate our path hint, I think. That ate your Morpha path hint. Which means that your light arrows are gonna be somewhere locked behind Longshot. Obviously, I'm making a lot of assumptions for someone who doesn't know yet whether there's anything in Ice Cavern or in Jabu. But if that Longshot is your path to evil, or on the path to Evil's Bane, then that means I mean, kind of both of us were right. Lake to Morpha for Hookshot, but Rudo's Letter to Evil's Bane for Longshot. And you somehow need a Longshot to get your light arrows or something. I'm confused.
My brain is actively hurting right now.
Actually, that can't be, I think. Gonna need some help with this one, I think. Lights in GTG would resolve it very neatly. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would
That's
indeed.
We have both our ways to get to GTG here, so that actually makes sense. because the song is hoarse. We have the long shot from the ferry. Both were locked behind Rudo's ladder. We're not talking about lights on rank chest.
No, that's right
it's
out.
not-
We are just rejecting that idea as definitely possible, but out of scope.
Yes.
Minor project manager has come out to play.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Thank you, Mr. Savage. And remember, kids, the difference between fucking around and doing science is writing stuff down.
Yep. It's true. It is true. And I love that it's true. My
AKA
logic is flawless, Purple. Randobot doesn't get it, but my logic is always flawless.
Sure. I am entirely not reminded of a certain movie called iRobot.
No.
My logic is undeniable.
Cool Kid had our second wallet.
I mean, Golden Devil, the scientific process. I mean, F around and find out is basically your description of a scientific process in a nutshell.
Yes.
Anyway, this is.
But
our
it's only
third runner.
science if you write it down.
Yeah, ATZ is our third runner on Restream to find that long shot, and all three of them, honestly, not that far apart from each other. Ceddy is about to find that strength one that'll funnel him towards... Oh boy, he is a bit behind, though, in terms of other checks he's done. He has Rudo's letter. Anyway, looks like Barbu is now headed for the lake, question mark?
Well, you'd play Serenade then. He's probably checking
he's getting
big
orbs.
pose.
He's checking back pose and then headed for GTG.
And Poe the Ghost has been defeated.
This is what I mean, by the way, with picking up skulls that are along the way. Naestriel is now at 9 skulls, while losing very little time, because there was honestly just picking up skulls that are along the way anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, in my seats I tend to focus them quite a bit earlier. Just because 10 skulls is the worst sphere 0 check. And I've had it happen that if Hammer's on 20, it's going to take a long time before we get there. Or Hammer could be on 10, we don't know. Tektite Grotto, have we seen that? Don't think so, right? It's a huge rupee.
Well, better nothing but not much.
Yeah, Barbu going to clear the rest of Hyrule Field. Is Naestriel actually going to do Water Temple? It's progression, you might as well. Yeah, Barbu might also be headed for water, but taking a trip around the fields to have that cleared out.
Makes sense, honestly. So with Water Temple being a medallion dungeon, it does make sense to prioritize that over GTG, as bad as it feels, because honestly, when do you quit water? Do you go until you find the boss key and then just move on? ATZ doing chuckle strats here in Ice Cavern. Love to see it.
Yeah, I think you bail. Water is one of those dungeons where if you find the boss key early, you just bail. It appears check tense, but it's mostly keys. You have GTG open.
Oh, Ceddy,
Unless water is path to anything.
Yeah, I kind of postpone that until you can, until you can't no more. Sadie,
Yeah.
you want to hear about that Rudo's path in more detail? Dodongo's cavernous path to Evil's Bane for Rudo's letter, we assume at this point because of Gerudo area. Because a Zora's Fountain Fairy had the long shot and Ice Cavern had our horse. So we end up basically with both ways to logically get to Gerudo Training Ground behind Rudo's letter. Though I don't want to discount Boomerang Chest or deeper in Jabu, but you know, no evidence pointing that out yet. Cool. Naestriel is in Water Temple, and let's see what we find.
Barbu actually opting to go for GTG.
Cool. More new information for us.
Which is new info. It's not a bad play per se, because you are going to have to be here anyway, and who knows what else you might find, right?
Definitely.
I would usually go progression over any sort of other thing I would do, but you know, sometimes that pays off, and sometimes the long con wins.
It's a crapshoot, honestly, in this case.
This seed has been so open the entire time that any play you actually can make is kind of a good play.
And Bosky.
Yeah.
So I would assume Naestriel is out of here pretty soon, and I don't expect ATZ to be much behind him, far behind him. It's honestly, as you said, it's Water Temple looks like it's got a lot of checks, but it's heavily diluted by keys.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it's 10 checks, of which 6 are keys and 4 are items, plus Morpha. So, 11 checks, of which 7 are keys. 7? No. I'm talking. I'm being dumb.
7 including the boss key.
Yeah, 7 including the boss key, exactly. And 4 items in all of Water Temple. So it's marginally useful, and because of that, we can see Naestriel heading straight for Morpha here, not spending any more time than he needs to in Water Temple.
Yeah, fire is a little similar. It's just that deep fire is slow. Water just has nothing.
And there we go. There's your light arrows.
So it was actually Epona's song in the Ice Cavern that was on the path to Evil's Bane, because HBA is hard required.
And this is how your Gerudo's letter ends up the path to Evil's Bane, locking every way to get to Gerudo area. Thanks, game. Huh. And yeah, obviously we also are looking at, hovers as your path to Volvagia. And
Nice
no clue
quick
where that
kill,
hammer is.
Naestriel.
Yeah, absolutely. He must have drilled that because that was clean.
Well, you can try, Kalo.
Yeah, old Dungeon Master phrase, you can certainly try.
You can certainly try. I'm not stopping you. I'm also not saying it's a good idea or a bad idea. Now, Epona was hard required today.
This maze is entirely empty.
Yeah, there's nothing in the maze. Nothing there, nothing there. This GTG is already a little bit yikes.
Well, you don't need to collect any more keys.
No, because they're all in the maze already. You'll love to see it.
Where's the lie?
We are strength 2 and hammer from go.
Wait, Naestriel hasn't been to the well yet?
He has not been to the well yet.
Huh.
That was the ATC doing the Dark Link loop.
Yeah, ATZ is showing us more of Water Temple, which I love. Just...
Oh, big chest on Barbu's side.
Oh, hello there. Well, the path is already fulfilled. There's no law saying that
Always clear your
GTG
walls.
can't provide us more items.
Yeah, but the light arrows weren't provided by GTG.
Also true. Oh dear. Oh
no.
dear. Those are the only the other strength we know is strength 2 lock because there was a game. Put that back.
That's what is happening right now?
Barbu just
yeah,
picked up the boomerang.
ATC beelining it to Spirit because yes, of course you do.
Yeah, okay, so, we know the only 2 strengths logically accessible to our runners this seed are the one we found on Darunia, and evidently this one, because the strength on Darunia is Path. So yeah.
Yeah, in theory, the magic could be Path, but
How
it's...
so?
Because we have fire arrows available.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Spirit could be fire locked.
This is true. Logically, fire locked is a thing. That being said, I am not holding my breath for that. The odds are pretty high that those 2 are path strengths, so that those are the only 2 strengths that you can get. There is no 3rd strength that isn't locked by the other 2. So, yeah. ATZ finding that and bailing right the hell out of Water Temple is I think a very good choice because he can finish Spirit. He can then return to Water Temple, do what he must to complete that, and then he's just done. He knows where his light arrows are. Or he has a pretty good beat on where his light arrows are, I'm pretty sure. So let's see if Ceddy likewise continues through Water Temple or also, like Naestriel, bails out as soon as he has the boss key.
As Barbu finds his second skill. Oh, at this point in time. We're only 1 hour and 23 minutes in, by the way. That is wild. It feels like we've been here for at least 2 hours at this point.
Well, in other words, you're paying for the whole seed, but you're only gonna need the edge. Was that corny? Yes. Do I care? No.
Oh, maybe that's my problem right now. I'm very leaned back. I'm in my thinking pose right now. I got the thumb under my chin. ATC did not beat water yet. No. He found the strength and decided on Dark Link. And decided, okay, well, I'm going to go Spirit now from here because it's a pain in the ass to get back. He did not have the boss key, yes.
Did not have Song of Time either, so he was not going to be able to find an easy way back in Forest in Water Temple anyway. And
As we are joined by another legend.
Hemsda, welcome in.
Yeah, you're going to need a key for that, HC.
Well, there's one right by the door, so...
Yeah, luckily there is.
Literally hiding a key under the flower pot. Is he thinking of bullcrap? No. I mean, he might have been thinking about it, but he definitely decided not to bother.
We do have on-screen BK symbols. It's a change that happened this year. It is very, very useful.
Was part of think of the 8.0 or 8.1 release of the randomizer. Fennel might know.
8.0. As according to Mage. Thank you, Mage. Well, you haven't played since 8.0, apparently. At least not standard. I don't know how it is in other settings, but...
Alright. Whoop, big chest in Spirit Temple.
Strength 2 was on...
Darklink.
Darklink, that was it. Thank you. A truly terrible location, yes.
Not gonna argue with you there. Alright, the hidden chests are both small. No sign of the hammer yet, and we have seen most of GTG at this point.
Yeah. So GTG, apart from the Rang, was kind of dead. Well, it makes sense because there's not very much we're still looking for.
Well, we haven't seen Strength 2 lock checks yet there, so Pancake Room is still very much in play.
That is true.
Honestly, the Pancake Room is kind of an anachronism from how these likes looked in A Link to the Past. Definitely.
I mean, they still look kind of like they look like disgusting pancakes when they die, but
I would say pancake batter, if anything. But
fair. Pancake-like.
Nothing in here.
Yeah, but
Ceddy?
Naestriel might get bitten hard by that strength.
And so it seems might Naestriel, because he is putting the water back up to the top in Water Temple as well. bailing out as soon as he found the boss key. So might Ceddy, I think.
The Darkling Loop is on the top level, so that it might still go there.
And nope.
Decides against it, which is completely fair. Let that be clear. We have the knowledge of ATZ having been there, but water just has terrible checks, and sometimes you get bitten by that, and it happens. You can always go back in.
Do you want to, though?
No. You never want to. You'll have to ask yourself, does it make sense for me to be in this dungeon any longer?
It certainly doesn't make dollars. I'll tell you that much. So, let's see. That's Naburu freed from her curse. For a given value of freed. And Naestriel is now headed back across the desert for his stint in GTG. Honestly, think that pun might have flown right over my co-commentator's head.
Yeah, I was looking at the hint sheet. I'm sorry, I didn't. Oh no. I ruined your pun. I'm sorry, Tobias.
It's fine. Purple had the appropriate reaction in chat.
Good. At least someone responded to it. I'm still trying to grab my
check
head
from
around.
Naestriel and the big chest.
Ooh. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, let's pretend we never saw that.
Yeah, no, put that back, just like the boomerang.
We've never been here. We didn't see it.
Jabu can't hurt you if you don't look at it.
Yeah, so I have a fun question for you, chat.
Uh-oh.
Where's the hammer?
Yeah.
An hour and a half in, we are a hammer away from go mode. It could be on Rova, we don't know.
You might see that very soon here.
Unfortunately, Fire Temple is hinted foolish serious business. So, Vanilla Hammer, not an option today.
Also, can't really be because of path hover boots to Volvagia. Those aren't paths to Volvagia unless you can't climb up the Fire Temple without getting a key from her.
That is
Alright,
also
that's
correct.
Twin Rova done for ATZ. Nothing on the item check there. So let's see. ATZ has been to GTG at this point, right?
No, he has not.
Well then. That's where he's headed, and he's going to show us in some new checks. What game is that song from that's been playing on loop on Naestriel's stream for the last, like, 5 minutes?
That's a Yoshified version of the normal What is it? It's a mini game. I believe it. This mini game actually.
What?
It is originally from OOT.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's the
you're
Goron
right.
race.
It's
Oh,
the
right.
yes.
That's the Goron remix. Thank you.
I was gonna say it did not. Now that you mention it, it definitely did sound like. Oh. Third bomb back for Barbu, and light arrows for Naestriel here. Ceddy is now headed into Gerudo Fortress. ATZ meanwhile heading across the desert to go to GTG. Stone Shadow won't find a way because by the time we could get into it, we will have everything to get to Ganondorf.
Yeah, Stone Shadow won't find a way because it's Vanilla Nocturne, which means we will have beaten all the dungeons by the time we would be able to get Nocturne. Because apparently fire is our logical... Foolish fire is our logical last dungeon, which makes complete sense considering fire is foolish.
Okay. Oh,
Oh no.
getting caught.
That's the rust. That's the rust. I'm gonna claim rust on that.
Rust is a great survival game.
ATC did do water Arcane Onion. However, instead of going towards the boss key, he opted to go the Dark Link loop. And in the Dark Link loop, he found Strength 2, and so far he has been the only one.
And he pieced right out of there after that, so he's going to be back when it's more convenient to him. He knows he's got to finish water, but yeah, he's not in any hurry to do so. Oh no, and there is Strength 1 for Barbu finally.
Yes. Well, he knew it was there, right? This Strength was hinted on Dancing Dad.
It's hinted. Goron City is hinted path, but this is his last check he was going to do in Goron City.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did this madman just, specifically for being on restream, play another song in front of the Runia so we got a little dancing scene? Thank you, Barbu.
One
Just
for the fans.
Yeah, Water Temple also... Beating Water Temple will also give us access to Ganon's castle, so Hammer can just be chilling in there. Oh no. Some precise shooting required for the last few shots here from ADZ.
Smart. Going
Like
for
a
the pots.
pro, just goes for the pots here.
So is Barbu going to find the second strength here? Is the big question. ATC has quite a big advantage with that strength too, having already completed Spirit Temple, can complete Water as well, is only really looking for the hammer at this point in time. Which nobody knows where it is yet. At least nobody here knows where it is yet. It could be in Deep Shadow for all we know.
We're definitely seeing some new checks in here from thanks to ATZ, so looking forward to that. And as I said, put that boomerang right back where you found it, or so help me.
Yeah, don't use that boomerang. Just don't. Just don't think of it. If it's not real, it can't hurt you.
It can't hurt you if you don't acknowledge its existence.
Yeah, a lot is possible for Hammer. Apart from like Stone Shadow is just not an option. But other than that, we have 20 skulls still open. Oh, I never said that, Tomaltak. I never said that. I did. We're just. It doesn't exist. Baronade is not real today. That is logic. Is that trick in logic, Tobias? Do you happen to know?
Which one?
The hammer chest in GTG.
It's in logic if you have hammer.
Yeah, but the trick to get it is not
No,
in logic. It's not a
it's
logical
not.
trick. Okay.
Logical requirement
So
to get to this chest is to have hammer. All right, ATZ
in that case,
about to show us like room, and yeah, that definitely constrains where in the world that hammer can be.
yes.
It's not gonna be in Deep Jabu.
Thanks for pointing that out, Purple.
Oh,
Sorry about the noises.
all right, what do we got? Small key, which ATZ definitely doesn't need, and another junk chest. Nothing much in GTG.
And so are we sometimes. Slow on picking things up. Thanks, Kayla.
All right, Barbu has found the boss key. Is he going to be the third runner in Water Temple to bail out of Water Temple as soon as he has that? And miss out on Strength 2? He is not.
Ooh.
Going to show us
Barbu
boss key chest and might be full clearing Water Temple here.
Because he has seen Dragon Chest. River Chest is behind fire. We know that. So that's a real thing. So there's ample opportunity for Barbu to catch up a lot on restream here.
Yep. Is it going to be Stone Forest after all? It's becoming devastatingly possible, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we might see it very soon because Ceddy is looking to get into a temple where a lot of people snooze at.
And
I don't. I love this temple. It's great.
it's great in terms of technique. ATZ is now back in Water Temple, and we'll see how far. All right, he's going to complete that temple then. We'll see if Barbu turns left here and goes to Darkling. Yes, he does. All right, he is about to be the second player on Restream to get that strength too.
That
Cool.
is fantastic news for the Barbu fans.
No Golden Devil, it's just water. It's just the hover boots. It's hovers for Volvagia.
Yeah.
I would say. That path is I would say completely fulfilled.
Yeah, Stone Shadow cannot be the path due to Vanilla Nocturne.
You're gonna have to have Fire Temple beat before you ever are able to set foot in Stone Shadow. So, ATZ trying to peek Central Pillar here, I think. No. Never mind. He's checking out Dragon Chest. Did he miss the boss key?
I think he just hasn't been on that level yet.
And Ceddy getting the Lens of Truth. Naestriel, by the way, second in in Forest Temple here. Following Ceddy in there.
Yeah, but, I mean, there's few places left that are rather check dense, so going into forest here is kind of the best play you have, density wise.
Especially if you've just entirely discounted water in your mind, which I'm sure a lot of runners will have.
Did ATC just check it? Oh no.
Huh?
Wait, what? Where? ATC not finishing water there?
Purple claims ATZ thinks he
Oh,
cleared water.
no.
He thinks BK is in River Chest. Oh, jeez. Please, no.
Oh no. Well, in theory, it doesn't matter much because we know the hammer is not in water. The problem is that he doesn't know the boss key is accessible right now.
Well,
Which is concerning. Oh, you're right. Hammer could be in Ganon's castle.
Yep.
Ooh. That kind of hurts.
It does.
Yeah, he did. He just went Dragon Chest. That miss might he might get very confused in water and probably then thinks, "Oh, have I checked that?" Because you're still going to be in water. You are going to check all the things you haven't checked yet, or you're going to recheck everything, right?
Yeah.
It's not that much of a time loss. I'm still contemplating what the exact implications of this are, but
Well, if Hammer's in Ganon's castle, it's basically ATZ can't finish the seed until he remembers that he didn't look at that particular check. But for
Yes.
now, he and 2 other people are just chilling in Stone Forest. Him just with 1 medallion more than most. But well, missing this spirit, the shadow medallion in turn. So
yeah,
it balances out.
it does balance out. All of them have something they're missing. Most of them missing 2 items. We're seeing Barbu in spirit now. He is going to, quote unquote, leap ahead.
Yeah, he's going to be the first to 5 medallions at this point.
Yeah.
Depending on, of course, if you find Hammer in like the next 2 checks in Forest.
Yes, Fox, you are reading that correctly. It was on Darklink. Because of the strength 2, ATC probably forgot he didn't. He missed 1 check. And thinks the boss key is behind Ocarina, or behind the Song of Time, which is behind Fire. Oh, did he remember? Hey, he remembered.
There we go. All right, cool. And there goes that. God damn it!
Yeah, that's a couple of mental shield flicks.
Uh-huh.
Ay. Yeah, that is. I'm very happy he went back there because that would have been very painful.
He honestly, for me, that's just mentally that must have been like, wait a minute, wait a gosh darn minute,
Yeah,
and then just without even contemplating staying in Forest Temple, just went straight there.
yeah. I got told off recently for saying someone was going to shield flick, because that loses time. I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. So now it's become mental shield flicks.
The mental shield flicks, aka just cursing inwardly. Either way, ATZ now has the water boss key. Will be, in fact, the first 1 to 5 medallions on restream.
Yeah. Did not expect that to happen.
And might be the first one to show us the interior of Ganon's castle here.
I think you go.
It's 8 checks. 8 more if you happen to find strength 3 there.
Yeah.
Well, 9 with OGC Fairy. So definitely worth your while. And quicker to do than the rest of Forest Temple too. We're still not contemplating Jabu, right?
I'm still not contemplating Jabu.
Good. I mean, anything past...
Can be rang locked anyway. It could be rang chests.
It could be rang chest.
That's the only option you'd have.
There is a universe.
No.
I'm not saying it's this universe. I'm saying there's a universe out there.
I cannot recall that, KLO. I'm sorry.
ATZ went ahead and just ignored Spirit map chests completely, so that is a thing. Because he didn't have fire arrows then. I don't know if Barbu checked that, though.
Well, he has fire arrows ready, so I'd assume so. Maybe that's for Child Climb. There is the Shadow Medallion and Lax and and the bridge requirement fulfilled.
Could also
For
just be
ATC.
hammer on Lex, by the way.
It could be.
That is also well past to Volvagia. Actually, no, it's not. Well, it could be. Still.
It's not on Lax.
Oh.
But we are going to find out what's inside Ganon's castle. As my mouse and keyboard are freaking out.
Rest in peace. Alright. Meanwhile, Forest Temple had, surprise, surprise, for Stone Forest, nothing much.
Wah wah.
Rova is magic locked. That has implications.
That does have implications.
So there might be another strength somewhere in this world that is not strength locked. Oh.
I don't think ATC went here.
He did not. And looks like Barbu is on the way back down to the lobby here. ATZ had no fire source. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. He did not have a chance to actually light these torches. Map chest evidently was nothing. So yeah, full clear of spirit by Barbu here. And mostly just for time loss.
Yeah, you're here. You're one item away from go mode. You might as well. Not going IGC. Oh, Boulder.
Boulder of Destiny.
Hasn't done all the field checks yet.
Easier to do with a horse anyway.
Was that 15 skulls on Ceddy's side? It might still be on 20 skulls.
Oh yeah, that exists. Alright. What's Phantom Ganon got to do? Oh. I think that was a weak crash on Barbu's side.
That looked... Oh, no. Oh, no. Where did he save? In water, presumably.
Yeah.
Like he at least saved in. Oh no.
Yeah, he's in water.
He's in water.
Well,
Has the boss key, can instantly do Morpha, but that's all the spirit progress gone.
well, he can
You do know-
beeline spirit honestly now,
Yes.
but yeah. In one-on-ones, in 1v1s, that would be a fair play agreement call that would give him about up to 15 minutes to catch back up with his with where he was. Oh my God! Phantom Ganon had the other strength.
Oh no! Oh wow!
So it was indeed Magic Path to Twin Rova.
Ooh!
Oh,
that is strength lock.
That opens up a disturbing possibility.
It was not the magic that's path, though.
No, the
could
magic
still be the strength because
the magic is path to Twin Rova.
both the other strengths are locked by that strength one.
Oh, well, the magic is path to Twin Rova too, which opens up a disturbing possibility. Hammer and Light Trial.
Oh, you hate to see it.
I would hate that.
Well, I'd love to see it. I'd hate to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is wow. This is wild.
One of the seats of all time, for sure.
Very much of all time.
And yes, Purple, I now admit to the seed having cursed vibes. Still has 8 checks of time to redeem itself, though.
If Hammer is in the castle, all's good. We're all good. If it's not, then, well, shit. But yeah, that strength could also mean it's on light trial, and that would If strength 3 is required, Naestriel and Ceddy are both probably never going to get that. I say probably they might, but at that point, very rough.
I mean, yeah. So your options for getting your strength 2 are, let me count the ways. Finishing Stone Forest, or going past the Bosky and Water Temple to find your hammer
There it
in
is.
Ganon's castle.
There it is. I hate this game. That means ATZ is the first one on Restream to be in Go mode.
Well, ATZ reviving old traditions. This used to be called Validation Chest because it always had the Ganon Bosky. And that's at least the lore I was told. So the run wasn't valid until, or it used to have the Ganon Bosky, and then the meme was the run wasn't valid until you opened that chest, because it used to have the Ganon Bosky. But yeah, anyway, ATZ now pulling out ahead again.
Why have my mouse and keyboard given up the ghost? At this point in time, this is disgusting. What's going on?
You know the safety rules for using a computer, right?
Of course not. I'm a
It's
noob.
simple. Do not own a computer, do not turn it on, and do not connect it to the internet.
Yeah, too late for that.
I know.
Why are my peripherals dead? I don't get it. Well, I mean, let's just continue with the seed.
Unplug and replug the USB, maybe. Anyway, let's not troubleshoot your IT issues right now. ATZ is headed into Fire Temple. Honestly, I can't imagine either any of the 3 runners that are currently making their way through Spirit to be far behind here. All of them are on the way to get that 5th medallion in on the books, and thus to get access to Ganon's castle. And that is still going to be their check densest location.
Yeah, for sure. Barbu doing the smart thing. He just saved.
Poor Barbu here. That definitely cost him a good good 10 minutes.
For sure.
And the problem here is, as I mentioned earlier, but was distracted from it. In a 1v1, this would have been a fair play agreement call. So you would have had up to 15 minutes time to go back up to where you were while your opponent paused, and then basically resume the race.
Oh, do they
this is
pause in this
In-
tournament?
in 1v1s, yes, not in quals though. This is just a time loss that Barbu needs to eat or just forfeit the
Okay.
qual.
Interesting.
Um,
I called an FPA in scrubs, and my opponent was told to keep on going.
That's the what is called the other mode of FPA that is called monitorless FPA. That is also an option. So for races that are not restreamed or that don't have a race monitor, you don't need to just pause. And then boss key was just in Fire Temple was just straight vanilla. You don't need to pause as the opponent. You can just deal with sorting out the time later. If you call FPA, you just type "caught up" in chat as soon as you're caught up, and the time difference if that counts. But yeah, not the case in any way in qualifiers here. We thought about whether there was a way to make fair play agreement calls happen in qualifiers this season. Unfortunately, we did not reach any feasible way to actually get that done.
It's tough because you have so many people to account for.
That's exactly the issue.
So yeah, the beautiful thing about FPA is that during the tournament you'll have you don't have to worry as much as these kind of for these kinds of things happening. It does, however, put a whole heap of stress on top of the stress you are already experiencing. So that's not great. When I had I actually had a tracker crash, which is allowed in scrubs but not in the standard tournament. To call FPA for it. As we just had our first forfeit from the race, sadly. Yeah, but it's just you are already in a pretty stressful situation, and then your stuff breaks. You have to remember what happened, and you have to remember what in my case, I had to remember what I had on my tracker and forgot about the hints, and then had to rethink about the hints again, and it was a horror.
Stressful, yeah.
Yeah, very stressful.
Yeah. So that's why the fair play agreement exists. It exists to kind of protect runners in 1v1s for from losing for reasons that are out of their control. Technology issues, virtual console crashes, stuff like that. Unexpected game crashes, unexpected soft locks that are not in the list of known soft locks. You're responsible for, preventing those yourself.
Don't use DINs in the room. Naestriel is in
No,
now.
do not. That will
Do not
absolutely
do
crash
that.
your video game.
And you do not get FPA for that because it's a known issue.
I was yelled at by a coach when I was preparing for the Scrubs tournament for actually even having DINs on my C button in this room.
Yeah, I had that happen once, and I noticed it, and I was like, "Oh no, we're not doing that."
And apparently that's been fixed thanks to enterprising rando developers. Love you, folks.
I no, I'm not gonna no.
Not even gonna try. Yeah, this is true. All right. This is wait a minute. Why is Barbu leaving Spirit Temple?
Because he just completed it.
That's fair. All right. Ceddy is done with Spirit Temple as well. And Naestriel is just about to enter the Twin Rover fight. Meanwhile, ATZ is climbing up Ganon's tower to head on up there and start the Ganondorf fight. But before that, Tanjo has just snagged first place in this game.
Ooh.
2 hours, 7 minutes, and 42 seconds. Good game, Tanjo.
GG Tanjo. That was quick.
Indeed it was.
Well, AZ is still very quick, as we can see, on his way to The big oink.
The big oink.
The head ham show. What a seed.
So, yeah, this seed was a bit silly.
A bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, the main silliness was just where your strengths were. Strength 2 either on Phantom Ganon or on... or just a few checks further on in Water Temple, I think is going to be the main differentiator for a lot of runners here. Like, there's going to be a cohort that's going to finish pretty soonish with Strength 2 on those Water Temple checks, who just found that on their first dip into Water Temple. And there's going to be a cohort finishing like about 10 minutes later for people who either ended up double dipping water for their second strength or going all the way to the end of Forest Temple. By the way,
Luckily,
Tenjo...
fire is quick.
Yeah. And by the way, Tenjo's first place time also was a new personal best for him, at least since the ladder reset. And that was, so good game, doubly good game to Tenjo here.
Tango can sub 2. He is very capable of sub 2.
Tenjo is very capable of sub 2, yeah.
Also very proficient in other randomizers. Wind Waker.
Will absolutely whoop your ass in Wind Waker, that is for sure.
One of his favorites.
One of mine too, honestly. Okay, and Ceddy is losing a little bit of time here by doing the logical thing and going around the circle before heading into Ganon's tower here. But yeah, that's reasonable to do.
Barbu opting to go GT to check the strength 2 checks in GTG.
Honestly, when do you have another opportunity to be here? I can't fault him for that.
No, I don't fault him for it. It's a choice you can make. You have the opportunity. It just puts him behind a little further.
Yeah. You also, though, did find... I think Morpha was a key, right? So, technically... Nah. No way. Sorry. I got distracted. I got confused by something. Never mind. Anyway, ATZ, as you said, about
Hey,
to...
my mouse is back.
Nice.
F.
About to beat up Ganon here.
As Aeronaut finished in second place with a time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 56 seconds.
GG. But yeah, if we're talking about other soft locks in the video game, you also do not want to be on a ladder while a cutscene is playing. And Rhea Dream sniping ATZ for third place here. 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 45 seconds. Thank you. And ATZ about to snag fourth place, I think. With 2 hours,
There we go.
12 minutes, and 4
GG.
seconds. GTG. GTG? GG.
GTG.
It is past 10. This is my
It is past 10. You are not wrong.
GTG,
what a race.
apparently. GTG to ATZ. All right, let's see if ATZ wants to talk, wants to chat to us about this seed. I'll ping him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what the hell did Ceddy just find in Shadow Trial here?
I don't know. Ceddy opting not to climb. That's was a big stabby. Okay. Oh no, Ceddy.
Oh
He may have
no.
forgotten about validation chests. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Ay.
And we shall be joined by ATZ to chat about this seed for a little bit. So I found it in an ATZ. Hey ATZ, welcome in GG.
Hello.
Yo, thanks.
So this seed had 2 cursed strength 2 locations. Want to know the other one?
Yeah, where was it?
Phantom Ganon.
Stone Phantom
Bro.
Ganon.
Okay,
Yup.
at least there is an out for people.
Yes.
Because thinking about the strength that I found, like, the only reason that I got it is because I fucked up, actually. Like, I made a very, very, very bad mistake in water, as you probably noticed.
We did
But
notice.
it led me directly to the strength, too. So, it kind of worked out.
Certainly one of the more helpful kinds of mistakes.
You had the most interesting strat of quad dipping water.
It was triple.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen it before.
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing, but what can you do?
Shit happens.
I've been back for, like, this is my 5th seed, I think, since I've been back. So I'm still not used to some of the dungeons, and I do stuff like that, where sometimes I'll just forget a check and then realize, and then same with the bridge conditions at the end of the seed. Like, I didn't want to go Hyrule Field. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I can go to the castle now. And then when I warped, I got arrows, and I'm used to getting the key when I do that. So I was like, oh, I guess I can't actually go in there. So I went field. And then I realized midway through, I was like, wait, I actually can. Like, what am I doing? So
Yeah.
so that
split
was
win
why I went
condition,
field
but yeah.
there.
Interesting. We were wondering. Wait, does the 5 seeds that you've been back include the the sudden death tournament that you participated in? The one Chimp organized?
No. But I think standard is like a whole different beast compared to that. So I have played the game, like, execution-wise, I'm not as bad as I should be, but it's my routing that's been suffering a lot since I've been back. Because standard is very different from when I used to play, so I've had a lot of help, and I've been trying to figure stuff out. But yeah, I'm still not very good.
I mean, A, glad to have you back. B, what is different? If you basically you've put that football straight between the uprights.
So I think one of the biggest things is, number one, everybody plays really differently, but I think part of that is because of how the hints are structured now. Like, I think different things like the Barons being fixed at Temple of Time really streamlines the early game to where everybody will rush those immediately, they'll skip everything, they'll get those, and then you're basically running around song rushing and ignoring everything. And the first few seats that I played when I came back, I was trying to route with a lot more efficiency, but I found out through playing and through talking to people that that's just like the incorrect way to play. So this seed, I played very aggressively in the beginning, and I was just rushing all forms of progression at all times, and it worked out because that's how you're supposed to play in this current meta. So
It's
mean,
why
yeah.
we always advise progression over everything else.
yeah, definitely. Like, it's
Just-
always been that way for sure, but
Yeah.
I think this season, at least throughout the ones that I've played, it's more true than it's ever been because of the way that hints are structured and different things like that. Like, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, the foolish hints at the Temple of Time basically give you some information about where you just don't ever want to go straight away at the beginning of the game, and then so there's no more hunting around for foolish hints in the hopes that you can save some time. You're going to save that time, but you're also getting a lot more information from the path hints, especially when you can follow cotton on to the path prioritization thing. So. I can understand why the meta has gotten different. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. the path hint thing is something that's also new to me, because I still played when we were using Way of Hero. Like, I don't know how long ago this path change happened, but it's been a bit of a struggle for me to understand the hints. And again, that's only because I've been playing for less than a week at this point, but it's kind of hard to wrap my head around. But thankfully, in this seed, the hints were pretty straightforward. So I was able to chase down certain things like light arrows and stuff like that.
I see. So, overall, with a few seats you've played in Season 8 now, how do you feel about these settings? And, I mean, I'm biased, obviously. I'm one of a group of organizers who came up with them, but how do you feel about them, as seeing as someone who used to play Rando way back in the day and now has come back to it?
Yeah, it's hard to say, because, again, I've only been around for such a short time, but I'm not really sure. I like the alternating spawns. Like, I like the child spawn or adult spawn option. I think that's kind of interesting because it at least gives you some variety. But the problem is, even with that variety, I think the openers are so similar, regardless of which one you get, that there's not a ton of deviation between players at the beginning. Like, everybody will just do the same thing if they get alt, and they'll do the same thing if they get child.
Well, not today. we had a very widespread array of things that people were doing. Some
really?
opted to go river early.
Let me pause you for
which-
just a second. My Discord is dying again. I'll be right back.
Oh no.
Sure.
Well, chat, that means you just need to just bear with me for a little bit while this app is starting again. But yeah, quick overview of what our other runners are doing. Unfortunately, it does look like Ceddy is headed into Jabu pretty soon. Barbu is now headed into Forest Temple, over going into Ganon's castle, so that's kind of going to be an issue. Naestriel is finished with the game, basically climbing Ganon's castle now for the final fight, and that just that means that there's going to be a little bit of a delay before we see our next finisher on restream after Naestriel here. My goodness, is Discord being slow today? Alright, let's get back to BronzeNoob and ATZ, because it's kind of rude to leave them hanging here. Click the right button, there we go.
Good.
I have found a BronzeNoob and an ATZ. Welcome back, and here's hoping that fixed my audio issues, or Restream's audio issues.
Oh
really.
wait, we weren't on restream, obviously. I was talking as if
Yes.
we were on restream.
Welp. Well, BronzeNoob, what did you just ask ATZ, or what were you going to just ask ATZ for definitely the first time?
I rounded out the top 10 and was telling them GGs and was thanking ATZ for sharing the knowledge and the insight from way back when and now.
I mean, I can only countersign that. Thank you so much for the insights, ATZ. Question: is there anything else about the seat that you particularly that was basically very interesting, or that you want to talk about?
I mean, not really. Like, there wasn't a lot of crazy stuff going on. Like, Strength 2 is for sure the highlight of the seed. And then I think everything else was pretty straightforward. Like, I actually think now that I finished, like, I probably should have won this race. But because of the fact that I messed up in water multiple times, and, I forgot about the bridge conditions and stuff, that really held me back. So... that's something that kind of sucks. It's a little bit bittersweet, but like, I mean, I'm still really happy that.
I mean, you're still
they
top
want this
4
one
in
for
this
me.
seed, so
Yeah.
looking at the standings, by the way, that's a cool 1,007 points for you.
Yeah, it's
Could be
pretty
worse.
good. But yeah, pretty straightforward seed. I don't think it was that insane, other than having to run into one of the strengths.
was
It's
just very
it's really
open.
nice that there's one on Phantom Ganon for people. because I think more people will be inclined to do water or to do forest over deep water.
Yeah, unfortunately on stream we have Barbu forfeiting from the race.
Honestly-
Forgot about validation chest, and as such makes sense that you would forego because you like if you miss that, then you blocked it out of your mind. And
Yeah, you're never going back for that.
you're
And
not going back.
that's just unfortunate. He did all the other checks in Ganon's castle and then just forgot to climb the tower, and that's obviously where his hammer is. He was halfway through forest where he saw the big wave of finishes. He also had to suffer through a VC crash that cost him about 10 minutes, so I don't think being on tilt is probably a kind description of his mental state right now.
Oh yeah. I would be super tilted.
Oh, Barbu is asking me in DMs where the hammer was. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, no.
Ganon's castle, Stalfo's chest.
Yeah. Validation chest, my dude. I'm so sorry. It hurt. It hurts to tell him.
It does.
Has Ceddy
he-
found out yet that validation chest is a thing? Because Ceddy also bailed on Ganon's castle after everything else he checked.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. But that's basically it. The two strength twos really were I think the crux of the seed, and the fact that everything, all the ways to get to GDG were just behind Router's Ladder. So that nets you a cool Router's Ladder path to Evil's Bane. But I would agree, it's kind of straightforward. It was just very open in the beginning, it felt like.
Yeah, it kind of was. Yeah.
It's very open. There were tons of ways you could go, and none of it really be bad.
Yeah, a lot of it was also kind of, I don't know, even the opener was kind of like laid out for you. At least it was for me, because one of the big things that sort of blew the seed wide open was the lake hint for Morpha. So
Yeah.
that was nice to get early, because then we could, like, we had a scale from somewhere. And then we could go into domain, we could go down the river, and we could get the bean. And then plant it as adult, and then get the hookshot really early, so that was nice.
Yeah, I was still kind of confused why that hookshot was passed to Morpha, like, because it was logically it had to be a first hookshot, right?
Yeah, that I'm not totally sure about. Like, I don't understand hints enough to know, but I just knew there was an item there. So, and the fact that it was Morpha, I was like, okay, it is most likely going to be a hookshot, because we already had irons, I think. At least I
Yes.
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was that was kind of why I rushed it so hard. Is because I figured it was going to be a hookshot.
Yeah, if you already have iron boots, like 9 times out of 10, a path to Morpha is going to be a hookshot, because you are going to need that hookshot to beat Morpha.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
It does not require the other hookshots necessarily to be locked.
Yeah, you're right. I was brain farting there. I was just thinking, why is that path to Morpha and not path to Evil's Bane, for example, like the other hookshot? But Morpha is also part of the bridge requirement paths, so equal priority. Anyway, I think Ceddy just realized what he forgot.
Oh, thank heavens.
Yeah. All right. Barbu is, it looks like, not joining us for an interview, but I do need to ask Naestriel if he wants to join us.
Yeah. 9th place last time he was featured here on PSG, I believe.
Right.
Now coming in with the hot 20th.
ATZ, it was really fun having you on Restream, and I'm glad glad to have you back. Hope you keep enjoying Rando again.
Thanks. Yeah, this was a fun race. I'm glad that I got restreamed on this one compared to the other ones. The other ones were kind of rough, but yeah, this one was good. So yeah, I'm gonna take off, but thank you guys so much for the restream.
Yeah,
Thank you
take
so
care,
much.
man.
Thank you so
Always
much
great
for the
to
show
have
you
you.
put on. I'm glad to have you.
Yeah, thanks. Good to be back. All right,
Whoop, whoop.
I'll see you guys
All
later.
right. See ya.
See you, mate.
All right, let's get this Naestriel guy in here, I think. First of all, I can now give him back his restreamer permissions in this Discord, because obviously, as a restreamer, he would have access to the channel where we actually, you know, discuss this stuff. So I had to take that away from him during race.
Not a thing you want.
No, obviously not. So
And
I
for
made sure to-
transparency's sake, you just take
Yeah.
away his privilege.
Yeah, the easiest way to deal with that is just to give him the restream, to take the restreamer permission away from him.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Naestriel will be in here shortly, so let's go.
And
there's
Ceddy is
Ceddy
about to
with
get
the
real
answer.
mad.
Ceddy has just gotten real mad. Right.
Oh, he has FW now, so he can set FW at Ganon. So that's actually okay. Well,
Okay.
it still sucks, but at least you got something, right?
All right. By the way, just warning ahead of time. Naestriel has a bit of a cold, so probably his interview will not be long, folks. But I am very grateful that he is indeed joining us for a quick interview. So let's get him in here. Naestriel, GG. What a seed.
Jeez.
Yeah, that seed was interesting. How do you feel about playing that? Well, I wouldn't say it was a great seed. I also wouldn't say it was a terrible seed. It was a weird seed.
Indeed. My chat after the race did tell me where the third strike was, so I'm kind of kicking myself for not getting that one.
Which one did you get again?
I Forest.
Got Goron City and Forest, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So ATZ lucked into that one really early by very elegantly forgetting that his boss key existed in water.
Nice!
And so he did Dark Link incredibly early, and so had that strength pretty soon, and just beelined it to Spirit. But yeah, that existed. I just feel like this is the second seed in this Qual season where we had a major required item, or arguably required item, unhinted in Stone Forest on Phantom Ganon, which I think speaks to the quality of this of the seeds generated during this season.
I won't argue with that, because I also played in that seed, and I did have a bit of PTSD from seeing it again.
I am sorry.
It's beautiful.
For a given value of beautiful. Yeah.
I mean,
Other than that-
it at least is fun to watch. And
Fantastic. That's what counts.
and there was like it was really fun to see, like, from the get-go you all spread out on Restream and high-fived a couple of times but never really followed each other, which was wild. We did at some point have 3 people in Spirit all of a sudden,
And then we had
Oh,
3
wow.
people in Forest.
like, and 3 people in Ice, or barely 3 people in Ice. So it was like all of a sudden you all would be in Ice, or you all would be in Spirit. It was kind of like those seeds. One of those seeds.
That's fantastic, but it makes sense. I know my routing early was... I didn't think it was off, but it was unusual for me. Just swapping between child and adult, not doing Lost Woods initially as a child, because I didn't know if it was foolish, and then leaving it for a while. I know at the start I had a bit of indecision because like I got the child song from Saria and started my way down the stairs and went, no, don't do this yet.
You can do this as an adult.
Yeah.
Go adulting. It feels much better.
And the only routing decision that I was unhappy with was I knew bottom of the well could just be hover boots. And I think I still end up going there before I go in the forest to find my strength, but I definitely should have gone the GTG route and found my light arrows before going to well.
Right, you got those. You were very late in well too, weren't you?
Fair.
Rather late.
I would imagine everyone was, because what was it? First hook shot was adult fishing, which was just annoying to get. Second hook was Zora's Fountain, so I'm guessing that was second hook for most everyone, and hovers were
Yes.
in well. So there was just no good way of getting to the Storm's check. I don't know how everyone rounded it though, so you tell me.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
ATZ
really
was-
remember.
I think ATZ was the first one into Goron City with a hook shot, but yeah, it was incredibly late for most people, just because, as you said, hovers and hook shots were just really late in the seed, and there was no convenient way to get there. Could have gotten OOT, of course, for Bolero or Har.
Yes. With that hammer-locked boomerang in
Yeah.
GTG, and who knows
Yes.
where it exists.
Certainly I don't.
Just, I mean, you have all the bomb bags. You can just bomb hover up to Shadow.
Fair.
Yes, great. Do that in a qualifier and get disqualified.
I mean, this is multi-world, right? I know fire arrow entry. I'm a bit rusty, but I can give it a go.
Well, so noted. But yeah, certainly an interesting seed at least. It felt very open to us commentators in the beginning. How did it feel about you? How did it feel to you in that regard? Like, yeah, you didn't have a hookshot, but there were a lot of other options.
Yep. It was fairly open, but I know I was late to get an in-logic bomb bag, so with that in mind, it was still directing me pretty heavily to the first hook shot on adult fishing, and then using that to move from there.
Everyone had the late bomb bag. I think everyone got the bomb bag in Goron City Maze first.
That makes sense. I assume that the first one was supposed to be the one in Kokiri Forest Storm's Grotto.
Yes. We think that was one of the first. There was another one in.
It was late.
Was it in water? In the well?
Water Spirit. Don't
Oh
think
right,
it
there was a
in
bomb bag in the well that wasn't bomb locked. So that was.
Yeah, that was your logical
Both of
first.
those bomb bags were storms locked at least.
Indeed. So the seed wanted you to immediately go adult, go to Kakariko to get your scale from the windmill, go back child, go and get some beans, plant the beans, go back adult, get a hook shot, and then actually play the seed.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Perfect. But no, I guess I'm always astonished by how good everyone is. I mean, I feel like I played very well. I mean, I hit the strength late, but being where it is, I'm not too devastated by that. And then I look at my place and it's like it's 20th, and it's like these people are just all that good. That's amazing.
To be honest, though, 20th is really not a bad placement with a seed this non-linear. Like, none of you were holding hands at any time during restream. Yes, we had people in spirit, at 3 people in spirit at the same time at one point. We had 3 people in Ice Cavern at one point, and 3 people in forest at one point.
My
However,
condolences to that
in
last.
between
Zero in the overworld.
in between those, there was very little overlap between how you all routed this seed. So,
Perfect. We entertained chat. That's what matters.
entertaining indeed. Let's have a quick look at what your points value for this seed was, actually.
Oh, Lefty, don't worry. ATC quad dipped water.
Did he really? I thought it was only three dips, but yeah,
Wait, what? I mean, it was
Hey.
clearly worth it. Yeesh.
ATZ. I said it. ATZ accidentally, and he made fun of this himself, so I don't feel bad about it. He just straight forgot that bow target check in water existed, basically, and just went straight past that. But that helped him by getting him the strength on Darklink really early.
Indeed.
Well, it was at least a triple dip. But Purple says quad dip as well.
Yeah. By the way, Naestriel, 920 points for this one, so not too
And-
friggin' shabby.
And indeed, for my skill level, I am more than happy. It's just outside of missing that water strength. Honestly, this was definitely a very above average seed for me. And yeesh, I'm still struggling to compete with everybody else. But that's what makes the community amazing.
Yeah. The skill floor just keeps rising and rising, and it is amazing to see. And at the same time, we have tournaments like Scrubs and the league system to get new players into the game at a level that they can actually compete at.
Speaking
Hint
of
for
Scrubs,
anyone new, wanting to join the scene. There are ways that you can compete at your level. Speaking of competing, though, Ceddy is the last one on restream to finishing as placing 38th in his qual with a time of 2 hours 40 minutes and 3 seconds. Not too shabby. GG's.
yeah, it's a shame Ceddy missed forgot about validation chest, and yeah,
Oof.
that was pain. But speaking of Scrubs, soon TM, we're currently wrapping up the Scrubs tournament. It was very fun. We still have a couple of finals to go, but soon TM, the Winter Wonderland.
You're late
Seeds.
with this one. Right? Wasn't Winter Wonderland usually during December?
Well, guess
But,
what month it is?
Well, yeah, true.
No, I was wondering this in my group, and Velvet said off the final stream if I'm able to for the announcement. So soon TM. It will happen in probably 1 or 2 weeks from now, when the announcement will be made. Please do all join. Velvet always puts a lot of energy in this.
It's so
It
great.
is you play Velvet's story, and it's a Christmas story, but in the world of Hyrule, or it's a winter story, I should say. And it takes place in Hyrule. It's tons of fun. It's Plandos mostly, or all of it actually. But a really fun way to get into Rando and have fun with everyone. There is no pressure on it. You don't need to win anything. It's just good fun playing with some friends.
Indeed.
Hashtag ad.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see some media value calculations for this one. Anyway, I'm reaching out to Ceddy to see if he wants to have a few words about the seed. Otherwise, though, that just about wraps us up here. This has been Season 8 Qualifier number 15, and the last one to be broadcast on TSG for this round of qualifiers. There are 5 more qualifiers to go. If you feel like you want to join the qualifier, the season 8 qualifiers right now, and want to and feel like you can compete in the main tournament or in Challenge Cup, in theory, 5 more qualifiers, that's all you need. And you can certainly try. But other than that, the remaining qualifiers will be covered on Zelda Speedruns, so twitch.tv/Zelda Speedruns family of channels. So that's it for the qualifiers, and other than that, after the holidays, we're going to get started on Challenge Cup. Challenge Cup is Hell to the yeah. Challenge Cup is the tournament for those who place 33rd to 96th in the qualifiers. If those numbers sound arbitrary, because that's because it's basically the next 64 after top 32. So top 32 go in the main tournament. The next 64 have the opportunity to compete in Challenge Cup, and join us for a heckin' good time playing some more Season 8. We're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to organizing that, getting all that off the ground, and being the home of Challenge Cup over here on the Silver Gauntlet.